Mala, Yak Mala. Welcome back, my friends, to the Cult Film Showdown. We are no longer kayfabe, we are newly rebranded, and we're doing something a little special for the fans, and for us, because we do this stuff for us anyways. But we are bringing you some short videos, some small music videos, just some content to tide you over. I am your host, 8th Dan Stanadu, and I am super happy to be joined by my good friends, and I have Nick Boxer.
Greetings and salutations. Stan, I'm wondering, did you watch We Must Defeat VD for You?
No, I did not.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, we normally watch these for ourselves, of course, so that we can get some enjoyment. But I'm not sure how much enjoyment we got out of that. Well, but I know that Jackson Hall will have definitely gotten some enjoyment out of it.
Enjoyment, amazement, I think is the right way to do it. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but I think we need to clear this up ahead of time. Just simply talking in a funny voice doesn't make you funny. So you guys know that.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad because
I'll subscribe to the podcast on YouTube where you can interact with such fans as the person who thought that these voices are fake.
And funny voices.
Yes.
And they were funny.
All right. Well, you've heard him and his funny voice, James Kata. Would you please put on your proper voice for this now?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to put on a fake voice that sounds more serious than my own voice.
Perhaps it was some of those moments of like attempting to talk in a British accent down low. Now, see, there you go. That right there. This is us talking in a silly voice.
What?
I'm not likely to talk in a silly voice, but if you guys want to see me do a silly walk, I have a department that I go to for that.
There you go. All right. So, here we are, Cult Film Showdown. This one's Nick's episode. So, Nick.
Yes. And I chose two clips. What we're doing here, and we described this last episode, but let's do it again. Just to entertain ourselves and our audience during a little bit of downtime while we rebrand, we decided just to go through and watch some YouTube oddities together and discuss them after. This is my episode. I picked two clips, the first of which, let's talk about the big one, because I think my shorter clip is not going to take up too much time, but is an entertainment little clip. But the first clip is entitled We Must Defeat VD, U.S. Army WWW World War II training film. If you want to find it on YouTube, and I suggest you do. It might be a little disturbing, but it is so much fun.
This one's, I mean, there's no question. When we think about those World War II moments of or even the marijuana videos and that kind of thing, we're talking about, like, these obvious, and I'm not suggesting that they're all entirely wrong, but these moments where you're telling a story from so far back in time when people had much more limited knowledge, and now you watch it and it's just like, oh my, I can't believe that society was ever actually like that. And this is one of those moments where you're just kind of, it's like a facepalm moment, the whole video.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just like a film in our last episode, this is wrong on so many levels for so many reasons, but it's real.
Oh, yeah.
I truly believe now, if I was to buy into this film completely, that all women are dirty.
Yeah. Sex is dirty.
Specifically,
yeah. I will only catch VD if I sleep with a dirty woman. I can only catch VD if I'm a black man with a white dick.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah,
they're clear that anyone from a high school girl to a whore can give you VD.
Yes.
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 I
want to make sure that we're giving this all the credit.
They leave very little to the imagination.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing whatsoever.
But a surprising little, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Even less than little.
Yeah. There's
far less than you would expect. Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. So I mean that when they're showing the washing stations, which in and of itself, it looks like those hair washing stations, but instead they're washing their penises in there, and then they do the close-ups.
Common thing, I think, in war-torn regions that had bases and stuff. If you were going to go out and sleep with a prostitute, you could, beforehand, you were supposed to go to what they're calling in this film a pro station, that the military sets up an official thing, which basically is a room with a bunch of sinks, and you go in there and wash your junk and squirt a tube of stuff to protect yourself up your urethra.
No, that kit's in case you can't make it. In case you can't make it to the pro station, you've got the kit.
Then you get to go. Then you're lucky enough to get to go.
Apparently, it doesn't hurt though. It doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. No, they make you know that. I don't know. Like, I watched this and I'm like, YouTube, do they not censor any content? Like,
well, they have the warning. I mean, you can't watch it unless you pass their restrictions.
They're rigorous screening.
Yeah, they're rigorous. They're rigorous. Are you 18? Restrictions.
Are you sure? Because
are you able to click that you were born in 1900?
I watched it in the WhatsApp link that you guys sent, and I did not have to go through any warning.
Well, perhaps though, because the thing is that if you have a YouTube account linked, then it already knows your age.
Okay. All right. So it knows I'm 100.
Yes, exactly. It does.
And this video isn't monetized, so.
They don't censor anything. Because I don't know if you would censor this more for all the shots of men's junk or for the blatant, incredible racism that this thing possesses.
There is a lot of that, yes.
A lot of that. Yes. Because let's face it, 99% of the video, they're saying, hey, gonorrhea, black men, you're the ones who are going to catch it. And all your women have it, so be careful. Like, that's basically especially in this day and age, this feels even more shocking to are you serious that this exists? It's just nuts.
And, they also had to have a conversation, because when they show the men's junk, they had to talk and go, you know what? We don't want to scare anybody and put black men naked there. Let's get the white men and they'll just do the dick parts.
The white men will just do the dick parts, I mean, it was so weird seeing all these fully erect penises all of a sudden on the screen, and You
say that was weird? I mean, I thought that was your normal.
No. It was very strange to me. I just didn't understand why all these hard-ons were all of a sudden popping out of YouTube.
I'm not used to seeing that without an explanation of how why this guy's living with his stepmother.
Yeah. I mean, it's so weird, and of course, the whole concept of it's better if you just don't have sex at all.
Yeah.
Here in the military,
That's here. Yeah. They do say specifically stay away from.
Be proud at Joe Louis and stay clean so you can be a champion, because he never has sex and he's the world boxing champion. Look at him beat up that white guy from Germany.
But really, basically, that was one of my favorite parts, though, is that it was almost like they recognized how terribly. No, they didn't recognize. It was just like they were speaking to the black military people in this case and saying, see, look, we've put other black folks in this video to tell you this, because we know the white people aren't going to listen, of course, because
white people are no. If you're overseas, you're getting yourself some "me love you long time." So we're not going to bother.
I'm thinking this was actually. I mean, I think this was made for black soldiers, though. I don't think this was
clearly.
Because there's references like our people.
The longer version that actually had a long preamble, talking to all soldiers. This, I believe, this was meant for all audience. It was also shipped with a short called The Three Cadets, which had no black people in it whatsoever.
But there's a reference in it to our people.
Yes, it does.
But is that not just the military?
Or Americans? Because it is basically.
I think it's very clearly.
And they do have the one shot of a portly white man.
There's that one random shot of the guy.
What was the single most offensive to you? Was it the close-up of the penis after it had the gonorrhea on it, or was it, for me, it was the baby? The baby.
The baby.
Was pretty extreme. Yeah, that was.
Dude, that was showing a baby that apparently is born with this, and they show it, and the baby has clearly got some sort of, and it looks very real. This didn't look like makeup effects.
And then
I'm not sure if any of it was makeup effects.
It was disturbing. Yeah.
And you've got the crazy guy, right? You know, it's just. Yeah. I mean, it's so well planned to make you feel these feelings. I mean, I guess it would be successful. I mean, I can't say it because we know now, about that yes, that it's not just women that are dirty. You know, everybody's dirty.
Yeah. What do you think the casting call was like for the washing of your penis? How do you think that went?
I'm sure it's just military people. It's just like, hey, we need you to do this. It'll save lives.
We need to make sure it's big enough to be able to show up on camera.
Yeah, it's the casting director that really pays the price in this case.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to go look at a bunch of junk.
Now, believe it or not, I can take this to a whole new level if you guys would like.
Yeah, I say go for it.
I think that's what this show is about, clearly.
Now, I was a little bit curious about this Pro Kit because I have never heard of a Pro Station or a Pro Kit.
So you bought one?
And I was kind of curious, like I enjoyed this or laughed at this enough that I was kind of curious that do other wars have similar material? And I couldn't find anything, so I looked up this Pro Kit. What the Pro Kit is mercury. The active ingredient in the Pro Kit is mercury.
Holy moly, really?
So
Nice.
in the video, they are injecting mercury into their penises.
Wow.
Which is why World War II is the only war to use this particular thing.
That's something.
Makes sense. Makes sense, yeah.
So if that doesn't prevent you from having sex and getting your dick,
but it doesn't hurt. They make sure you know mercury
exactly.
doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt to just jam something in your penis. Yes.
So we're saying this is what normally we're saying, hey, go on YouTube and watch along. I think this is the one we're saying don't. Listen to this, and after you've heard this, you don't need to see this.
I think you should watch this. I thought this was hilarious. I watched the two that Nick brought, and I said to my wife Lacey, Nick nailed this. Because both of these just slayed me.
That's incredible.
Especially that, like, put a quarter of the tube up your wiener and then just smear the other 3/4 around.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you get everything. That's how you get rid of the syphilis germs.
But they're so serious about the whole thing.
But see, the best part is that we got to see they really lead into each other because we got to see firsthand what happens when syphilis becomes an issue in creating people in the Rappin' for Jesus video. Because I'm sure that would explain them.
That'd be the only thing that would.
I gotta tell you, since we're gonna transition, the Rapping for Jesus video put me off sex more than the syphilis.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Well, anything else left to say about this one before we then wrap it up? We are at 11 and a half minutes, so we're almost at our 15-minute limit per topic, per segment. Any last things to say about this VD video other than no, don't watch? What's the votes? It's one don't watch, one do watch.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I you know, as much as I would love to, and I'm going to get teased for this, I watched it like 7 times in a row.
You will get teased for this.
Down a rabbit hole looking for similar material. I am so into the World War II propaganda films and the films. They are insane.
I bet you archive.org's got like hundreds of hours of
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I think knowing what you're in for is great, and so I would say watch it with the knowledge that you'll see some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
All right,
End of this one.
Speaking of fucked up shit.
Yes. Let's reset once again. Go to the timer and reset the lap, and that's it. We're gonna what do you call it? Start the new topic. And I don't know what we can say about this one. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no. It was just so bizarre that I thought Rappin' for Jesus, and the title really says everything we have to say in this.
No, it doesn't.
No, it really doesn't. Like this actually might be more racist than the previous video.
Might? This is so. I'm trying to determine: is this a real thing that this church did to try and reach out to young people, or is this some parody created by somebody?
It seems so. Like, I mean, from the description on the video, yes, it's something they really made.
Yes,
like that's like if this was somebody's idea of parody. And they were doing this as a joke, like some sort of.
Let's not answer that question right now. I can tell you at the end what it is.
Well, I need to know now.
Well, I'm going to say before Nick says, I definitely thought I knew this question would come up. I definitely thought we were talking about this, and my thought was if you were going to do this as a parody, you would not have gone as far. Like I think it goes further across the line than you would if you were making it up. But Nick can give us the rundown.
My true favorite line though is I preach the word, that's my gig, and I rhyme better than Notorious Big.
Yes, that was tremendous.
That's fucking awesome.
That is amazing.
I mean that at least is a line I can say from it.
Yeah, that's the only line, and especially since it had the word gig, you would have thought you were going with one of the other lines. Let's just say, I'll tell you one thing, regardless parody, real life, whatever. This video, this is not the first time in their lives either one of these two old white people have used the N-word. I'm pretty comfortable saying that.
Yes, and it rhymes with.
That's the whole thing about this is we're trying to appeal to the young people, and Jesus is my N-word is basically what they keep on repeating, trying to like make because like that's a like hey he's cool, he's hip, he's my N-word.
I love because
that's
the first time they say it.
First time I thought it would be the only time because it was a few seconds before they did it again.
The first time they say, my congregation's getting bigger, and immediately my brain was like, please don't.
Oh, yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, it's so easy to, please don't tell me you're going there. I thought when the woman came on, at least I was like, okay, at least we won't hear that word anymore.
Nope, totally did, though.
Yeah. Kind of raps as much.
It's like, I don't bless.
Bigger.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I don't blaspheme and I don't brag. I don't cuss and my pants don't sag. I do exude a little Christian swag, and I'm proud to be an American. Like, does that not just sum this sucker up?
Did you remember all that, or did you write that down? Where did you?
No, that I grabbed the lyrics because they're like you can't.
No, and I mean
that.
even from a like. The whole cheek joke in there, turn the other cheek, and then she turns around and hits her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're freestyling. Don't forget, they're freestyling.
Yeah. To see old white people rap, this is the video for you. And the dancing is so great. I mean, they are getting down with this music.
Can we reach out
to
to
this guy in the background just killing himself trying to get smoke effects and like that? I mean, this is just entertainment.
If this is, like I say, if this is real, and I still don't know, and I mean, we'll find out, like you say at the end, I don't know, I'd like to know now, but if this is real, I would like to reach out to this church and go, so how effective was this? Like, cause,
did this help out?
Yeah, did this help, or did this cost you a lot? Like, oh man, somebody put it on the internet.
Well, I mean, we're pretty much ensuring that their congregation is entirely white.
You think?
That's my guess. You know?
I do. I love the framing that if you want to reach the young people, he does everything in this video except for turn the chair around and sit on the chair backwards to talk to the young people.
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting for that to come in.
And it does have a distinct lack of hoochies.
I don't know. I'd probably bone her. I'd probably bone that old lady, personally. I don't know.
Well, especially if she talks dirty to you like that, you know.
You're just used to those things for me now.
Maybe you'll be getting bigger too. And
yeah, I got bigger watching her. You bet.
Well, when she turns that ass around.
Yeah. Or they like to call it a rhombus.
A rhombus, yes. Yeah, well, they are definitely. Oh, they're not acute angles right there.
It's terrible rapping, terrible music, and incredibly. Like, this was my reaction watching this. Like, because the same thing, they said bigger. I thought, oh no, please don't. Then they did, and I literally said out loud, I went, oh my lord, oh my. I must have repeated it 14 times. And then I finally stopped repeating it because it's a little. And then they used it again, and after that point, they use it like constantly.
Oh yeah.
And at that point, I'm just like, I can't. Oh my. I am not sorry to have watched this though, because it is amazing.
No, and the YouTube feed that I saw actually had that in one of the comments. So I was just like, I saw this before I started watching it. I'm like, you can't be serious that they're gonna. Oh yeah, so they are. Okay, all right. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
All right, Nick. Fill us in.
So, having watched this, it definitely looks real. You guys agree? It fooled me.
Well, it certainly looks real, but I mean, we have the ability to make things look like shit.
We're not the first down this particular road. It has been researched by several internet people.
I just, before you go on,
most
just one thing.
Of them have determined that it is a hoax.
Just one thing. I will say the one reason I thought it was real was the blue at the beginning that made it look like an old videotape that had been sent out. Like, that was the one thing that made me think this might be real.
That I would actually go the opposite way. I would say that's totally fake because, that's the kind of thing that it's almost too cute to have showing up before something that, you were trying.
Detail. To put that in makes me think it could be real.
Oh,
but other than that, I was thinking it's not.
It's a quality hoax. They even went so far as to set up the website.
So it is a hoax.
It is a hoax. It
is a parody.
The people researching this did go back and they went to the website, and it existed. It existed, but when they went into the metadata, the site was created in 2013 at the same day as this video went up.
Then it's not as amazing.
No,
It loses everything then, actually.
Yeah, I actually, when I nominated this, I thought it was completely 100% real. It fooled me. It wasn't until I dug a little bit deeper that I found out that it was indeed a hoax. But hell,
well, I'm a bit annoyed that Jacques made us find this out. I wish Jacques hadn't pushed.
But
no longer like you have to see this. I'd still probably say see it. It's pretty amazing, but
it's hard when you know. Like
what was that thing called? Like, hey, you racist? Yellow cake like this?
I'm sure that there's plenty. All right. What do you say we wrap this show up?
Yeah, I think let's wrap this one business, and then we'll tell you about the next films.
That's right.
All right, we are on Instagram at Cult Film Showdown.
Cult
Film Showdown. And we are sponsored by WeTalkPodcast.com, home of the Octagon, of which these films will not be on. And now I'm rhyming. We Talk Podcast also has a Facebook, and they have a Twitter, and can't get anything bigger.
Yeah. Well, Cult Film Showdown is only getting bigger, and so next episode we have
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman on the Howard Stern Channel 9 show. About a little less than 5 minutes is one clip, or about 5 minutes, and the other clip you cut it off at about 4 minutes. It's a clip from Joe Bob Briggs. I think it was his Monster Vision show in the 90s. He's had so many shows, and I love Joe Bob Briggs. But so watching some Joe Bob Briggs, I came across this and thought, wow, that's something. So those will be the next episodes with more details to come. If you tune in, and if you don't, you're say something. You're always missing out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and do join us next time to hear us rap about some odd YouTube oddities. So, I am your host, 8th Dan Stanadu, and for Jim, and for Jack, and for Nick, thank you for listening to the Cult Film